Welcome back. Today we will discuss the portion Laplace transform of derivatives and integrals and how to use this Laplace transform technique in solving ordinary differential equations. First of all, we have to remember certain standard formulae for finding Laplace transform of derivatives. Transforms of derivatives and integrals. Laplace transform of derivatives. Lf dash is equal to s into Lf minus f of 0. Lf double dash equals s square Lf minus sf0 minus f dash 0. In general, L of nth derivative Fn equals s raised to n Lf minus s raised to n minus 1 f0 minus s raised to n minus 2 f dash 0 minus etc minus Fn minus 1 0. Laplace transform of integrals. If L of ft is equal to capital Fs, then L of integral 0 to t f tau d tau is equal to 1 by s into capital F of s. So we have found the inverse Laplace transform of two functions. Next we will see how can we apply this technique in solving initial value problems. Consider the differential equation y double dash minus y dash equal to 0 together with the condition y of 0 is equal to 2, y dash 0 is equal to minus 1. So the equation y double dash minus y dash equal to 0. Suppose the solution of this equation is y of t. See, in Laplace transform technique, instead of directly finding the solution, we will find the transform of this solution L of y t is equal to, say, some function y of s. And this y of s is obtained from converting all this equation into the transform domain by taking Laplace transform of the left hand side and Laplace transform of the right hand side. Now solving for this ys, we get it's a Laplace transform, say L of y t is equal to ys, or simply L of y is equal to capital Y. And finally, by knowing the value of this transform capital Y, we can obtain the original solution by inverting this Laplace transform. Therefore, the original solution y is given by L inverse of capital Y. So this is a method of solving ordinary differential equations or initial value problem using Laplace transform. Consider the initial value problems. Solve y double dash minus y dash equal to 0, y of 0 equal to 2, y dash of 0 equal to minus 1. So first of all, let us take the Laplace transform of the unknown function y or y of t is equal to capital Y. Capital Y, a function of other variables say yes. So taking Laplace transform on both sides of this equation, y double dash minus y dash equal to 0. It is L of y double dash minus L of y dash equal to L of 0. And applying the result transform of derivatives, we have L of y double dash is s square into L of y, that is capital Y, minus s into y of 0 minus y dash 0 minus, and L of y dash is s into L of y, that is capital Y, minus y of 0, and Laplace transform of 0 is 0. Applying the initial condition y of 0 equal to 2 and y dash 0 equal to minus 1, we have s square into capital Y minus s into y of 0 is 2 minus y dash 0 is minus 1, so this becomes plus 1 minus s into capital Y plus y of 0, again y of 0 is 2, this is equal to 0. Take a common factor, that is s square minus s into capital Y minus 2s plus 3 equal to 0, or capital Y is equal to 2s minus 3 divided by s square minus s. So y is equal to 2s minus 3 divided by s square minus s, that is equal to 2s minus 3 divided by s into s minus 1. And we can split that expression using partial fractions, that is 2s minus 3 divided by s into s minus 1 is equal to a by the first linear factor s plus another constant b divided by second linear factor s minus 1. Or multiplying with the LCM, we can write this expression as 2s minus 3 is equal to a into s minus 1 plus bs. So in this expression, putting s is equal to 1, that implies 2 minus 3, that is minus 1 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 is 0 plus b. So that implies the value of b is minus 1. And another substitution is equal to 0 gives minus 3 is equal to 0, that is first bracket becomes minus 1, that is minus a plus 0. So this implies a is equal to 3. So we can rewrite the function capital Y using partial fractions as 3 by s minus 1 by s minus 1. Now taking the inverse Laplace transform, that is L inverse of capital Y is equal to L inverse of 3 by s minus L inverse of 1 by s minus 1 using linearity property. So this is equal to 3 into L inverse of 1 by s, and L inverse of 1 by s is 1 minus L inverse of 1 by s minus 1, that is the exponential function e raised to t. So L inverse of capital Y means our small y, that is small y or y of t is equal to 3 minus e raised to t. So this is the required solution of initial value problem. Consider the next initial value problem. Solve y double dash minus y equal to t with initial conditions y of 0 equal to 1 and y dash 0 equal to 2. So as before, let us take the Laplace transform on both sides of this differential equation. So we have transform of y double dash minus Laplace transform of y is equal to Laplace transform of t. Now applying the result of transform of derivatives. So we have this is s square into L of y, that is capital Y, minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0, minus L of y is capital Y and L of t is equal to 1 by s square. Now applying the initial conditions, we have s square into capital Y minus s into y of 0 is 1, that is minus s, and the y dash 0 is also 1, minus 1 minus y equal to 1 by s square. So rt y, so s square minus 1 into capital Y is equal to s plus 1 plus 1 by s square. Solving for this capital Y, therefore capital Y is equal to s plus 1 divided by s square minus 1 plus 1 divided by s square into s square minus 1. So we can once again cancel the linear factor s plus 1 from both numerator and denominator, because this s square minus 1 is s plus 1 into s minus 1. So this is equal to 1 by s minus 1 plus 1 divided by s square into s square minus 1. Equation number 1. Now we can simplify this second fraction using partial fraction method as 1 by s square into s square minus 1 is equal to 1 divided by s square into s minus 1 into s plus 1. So that is this 1 by s square into s minus 1 into s plus 1 is equal to a by s plus b by s square for repeated linear factor plus c by s minus 1 plus d divided by s plus 1. For multiplying throughout by LCM, we have 1 is equal to as into s minus 1 into s plus 1 plus b into s minus 1 into s plus 1, that is s square minus 1 plus c into s square into s plus 1 plus d into s square into s minus 1. Now putting s is equal to 1 in this expression, we have left side is 1. So when s is equal to 1, first term 0, second term 0, and third term goes 1 plus 1, that is 2c plus fourth term 0. So this implies 2c is equal to 1 or c is equal to 1 by 2. And another substitution is s is equal to 0. So that s equal to 0 implies left side is 0 plus 0 minus 1, that is minus b plus 0 plus 0. Or we have b is equal to minus 1. Now for obtaining other coefficients, we are equating coefficients of S. Equating coefficients of S on both sides, left side is no S, so this is 0. And from the first expression, we have a coefficient of S as, after this multiplication, we get minus A. No S in the second term, 0. Again 0. And last term doesn't contain S, so this is 0. So that implies A is equal to 0. And equating coefficients of S square, equating coefficients of S square on both sides implies left side is now S square, that is 0, and this first factorization doesn't contain S square terms, and second contains an S, so this is 0 plus B plus another is C and another is minus D. So this implies 0 is equal to B plus C minus D, and substituting our previous value, C is equal to 1 by 2 and B is equal to minus 1. So this implies 0 is equal to minus 1 plus 1 by 2 minus D, or this implies D is equal to minus 1 by 2. Substituting in 1, we get the value of capital Y as 1 by S minus 1 plus minus 1 by S square plus half by S minus 1 minus half by S plus 1. Now taking the inverse Laplace transform on both sides, therefore L inverse of capital Y is equal to L inverse of 1 by S minus 1 minus L inverse of 1 by S square plus half of L inverse of 1 by S minus 1 plus half of, so this is minus half of L inverse of 1 by S plus 1. This is equal to L inverse of 1 by S minus 1, that is e raised to t, minus L inverse of 1 by S square is t, plus half of again e raised to t minus half of e raised to minus t. That is L inverse of y, or our solution y of t is equal to e raised to t minus t, and we can combine these two expressions as half of e raised to t minus e raised to minus t. And what is the value of that last bracket? This is hyperbolic sine. So this is equal to e raised to t minus t plus hyperbolic sine of t, that is sin h t. So this is the required solution of initial value problem.
These are the exercise questions. You have to solve all these 3 questions in our class time and upload your answers to Google Classroom.